So we're in Dubai today, and I want to talk to you about different narratives that I think are going to do really well this bull run. Obviously we've got layer 2s. For me, layer 2s really do pose a really interesting kind of dynamic to the crypto space. A lot of people obviously are aware of what's happened with Bitcoin, with the Bitcoin spot ETF. Now, what happened there is we saw the likes of layer 2s and protocols that are building on Bitcoin start to really perform well. The likes of Stacks is a prime example. You know, I was highlighting Stacks at about $1 and it went on to make some significant gains. Now, for me, it's really important that we look at the market and we try to establish what to expect happens next. And for me, that is an Ethereum spot ETF. Now, I'm not suggesting by any stretch of the imagination that a spot ETF gets approved May, the beginning of June. But what I am suggesting is that it is inevitable that it will happen, even if Ethereum is classed as a security. These are the things that, for me, we should be paying attention to. So I'm looking at the likes of Polygon's Matic, Arbitrum, just some examples of projects that I think are going to do really well when the Ethereum spot ETF goes live, and I think it's inevitable that this will happen. The next narrative that I think people should be looking at is real world assets. This takes me back to 2020 when Nick and myself said everything would be on the blockchain and would also be tokenized. This is something that we're starting to hear the likes of BlackRock talk about now, and for me it's inevitable that we start to see more and more real world assets go live on the blockchain, and this can happen on various different layer 1 protocols, but for me there's a few standout projects. So if you want to find out more about those, join us in our free Discord. Link is in the description of this video. Now at this point, it's, you know, one of those points where I have to do what I have to do in order to make the channel do really well, and I have to beg you for likes and subscribes. If you do this, it really does support the channel. It helps push out the content to like-minded individuals, and by doing this you will help, you know, bring more people into crypto and blockchain technology. So for me, really important that you hit that like button. It really does support us and bring more adoption for blockchain technology. The third narrative that I think people should be looking at is AI. Obviously, that seems really obvious now that we've seen AI really blossom over the last, 6 to 12 months. But Nick and myself were talking about this back in 2020. This is no surprise to us. Just like we were talking about real world assets back in 2019, 2020, we were also talking about AI and investing in what is now known as AGIX. But back then it was AGI. This is SingularityNet. Now, we've seen SingularityNet perform astonishingly well, and we've seen an awful lot of projects go live on their ecosystem. So we're talking about the likes of Hypercycle, 𝗖𝗢𝗪𝗧, Twin, 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗪𝗧, and many others part of that SingularityNet ecosystem of projects. And there's more to come with the likes of Jam Galaxy. So look, one thing that I would say is go check out Secret Crypto Club. This is an NFT opportunity of a lifetime, in my opinion. This will give you access to private rounds and seed rounds. And we've done an awful lot of work with SingularityNet and their ecosystem of projects to bring opportunities to our community. So go check that out. But AI should be not a surprise to anybody. We expect this sector to really grow and blossom over the coming weeks and months. So for me, this is really just the beginning of AI. It's not anywhere near finished, and I expect a lot more growth in this sector. Now, the next one that I want to talk about is the health sector. For me, the health sector is one sector that I feel could really benefit from the emergence of blockchain. Now, I think there's a few things that have to happen in order for us to see healthcare really blossom on the blockchain. One, we need a privacy layer, and we also need I guess some form of identity layer to the blockchain. But for me, healthcare is one that will be really early on. It reminds me of talking about real world assets, tokenization, and AI back in 2020. I do think that this is one perhaps for the next bull run and not the current one, but I do think that we should be paying attention to the health sector. There's lots of efficiencies that can be, gained, from blockchain, and this could be speeding up the appointments. This could be speeding up the ability to gain access to medications and so on. So for me, healthcare is going to be a really, really big narrative in the future for blockchain. Now, moving on to the next one, and this is really the final one, really. It's kind of two combined, and I mentioned it earlier: privacy and identity. I think that there's some fantastic projects out there, the likes of 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗧, Fractal, Midnight when it goes live as well. These are all privacy compliant protocols. These are going to be, projects where you can mask, unmask your data, own your own data and identity. This is going to allow for the free movement of individuals, speed up processes like immigration and various others, but it also allows for blockchain to really become more mainstream. So for example, we look at the banking sector. Currently, if you were to use blockchain, everybody would see every single transaction that you make. When you have a compliant privacy mask, unmask facility layer to the blockchain, layer 1, for example, you will be able to then bring in businesses, banking and the health sector. So you'll be able to decide who sees your data, who sees your transactions, and more importantly, who doesn't. Same with your identity, right? Being able to KYC on one platform and never needing to KYC anywhere else again. Again, it's going to make more efficiencies within different sectors in the real world. But for me, these are some of the biggest opportunities. We are so early when it comes to investing in blockchain technology. There is so much more to come from crypto and the blockchain space from a technical standpoint. I see lots of people talking about blockchain, we're well developed now, we're going through that mass adoption phase. We're really not. We're really early. We're not really seeing any consolidation like people would make you believe we are. The only consolidation we're actually seeing at the moment that I'm aware of is the AI consolidation between Fetch, Ocean and SingularityNet. Outside of that, there's no real consolidation happening in the blockchain space. There's lots more development still to happen, and it could be that the most successful blockchain in the future, like in history, 100 years, 200 years from now, might not even be live and operational just yet. And I am a true believer that there's plenty of fantastic opportunities left here in the blockchain space. So I still think you're early. I still think that there's lots of opportunity to build generational level wealth. So go check out the channel, subscribe, hit that like button, and join us for many more videos. And do check out the free Discord. Link is in the description of this video. Have more meaningful conversations with us there, with not just Nick, myself, but our team as well. We have technical analysts and a membership section as well if you're interested in that side of things. So Cheeky Crypto working really, really hard to make sure that you've got the best opportunities to be successful in this crypto space. We talk about risk management, we talk about the different narratives and what we should really be focused on. I want you to be successful, and if you are, that means the world to me. So subscribe, join us in the Discord, have more meaningful conversations with us, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.